Welcome back to another episode of Wigs and Weights. And on today's episode, Wig Curious, what every first time wig girly needs to know. If you're stepping into the wig world for the first time, it can feel overwhelming, but I got you. Today, I'm answering all the questions I wish someone had answered for me when I started this journey. So, on today's episode, I'm just going to go through a few questions and I'm just going to answer them because I feel like as I'm on social media and I wear wigs and I'm out in public, I always get questions. So I wrote down a list of questions and I'm just going to answer them. So here we go. How do I even start shopping for a wig? So when I started shopping for a wig, I was just like, what type of wig am I going to wear first? Am I going to go for a synthetic, which is fake hair, or am I going to use real human hair? So I had to decide on which I wanted, and then I would start looking up wig companies from there. And when I started my wig journey, I was like, you know what? I want to do human hair because in my eyes, I wanted something that was more natural to my hair. And also, I feel like I was only on Instagram and Facebook and Google. So when I was looking up all these wigs, I was doing all this research. A big part of it was I can't feel it, I can't touch it. So that's why I went with human hair originally. What's the difference between synthetic and human hair? So synthetic hair is obviously not human hair. It's basically they use different types of fibers. And with that being said, those fibers remember the style. So currently, right now, I have on synthetic hair. And as you can see, it's curly. I- if this was human hair, I would have to use my curling tools to style the hair. I will say that synthetic hair holds the curl or holds the style better, and it depends on what you're doing with that synthetic hair to make it last longer. But human hair, it looks, I don't want to say more natural because there are a lot of synthetic crowns out there, synthetic hair, wigs that look even more natural now as well as human hair does. So that's my opinion on that. What length or style should I pick first? I always say when you're picking out a wig for the first time, maybe you should do something that's closer to your natural hair color or to your length because then you're like, you might not, when you put it on, you're not going to feel, okay, does somebody know that I'm wearing a wig? So when I first started my wig journey, I was going with something that I was used to. I was used to really long hair, I was used to having blonde hair, and that's what I went with. So always go with something that is more natural to you. And I also always tell people, I feel like shorter length is always the safe bet to go, no matter what you're doing, synthetic hair or human hair. What cap size am I, and does that even matter? Yes, it matters because it's very important that you measure your head whenever you're picking out a wig. And the reason why is because typically they have three different sizes. They'll have like a petite size, they'll have a medium size, and they'll have a large size. So making sure that you measure your head properly. And also, if you're buying wigs, typically on their websites, they always have like sizing and measurements. It's very important to always pick from that because with different wigs that I have, those different companies have different sizing. So I never assume I'm the same size with every single wig choice. Do I need glue or can I just throw it on? So all of my wigs that I have are currently glueless. I just throw the wigs on. This one right here is glueless. What's I think important to have is I like the combs in the wig. So I just put the comb into my wig cap or into my hair. So I like wearing glueless wigs. You can definitely get glue, like wigs that you have to glue down, but in my personal opinion, I just like glueless because they're beginner friendly, is what I like to say. Will it look fake? In my personal opinion, no. A lot of people don't even know I wear wigs. I mean, I'll go to the gym one day with dark hair. I'll go to the gym the next day with blonde hair. I'll change my wig like 4 or 5 times a day. And people are like, oh my gosh, how can you change your hair that many times without it falling out? And then I'll tell them, like, it's a wig. And they're like, really? So I believe that there is different qualities of wigs, and if you find the right quality and you style it right, then you don't have to worry about that. A lot of people don't even know I wear wigs. So it goes a long way depending on what type of wig you're getting. Lace front, the Biofutura fiber, which is a fiber that is synthetic. It's fake. Futura fiber is really nice too. That looks very real. So there's just certain things that you can do and when you're picking out your wig to make it look real. How do I secure it at the gym or when I'm out all day? So this is a great question because I wear my wigs at the gym. I do cardio in them. I work out in them. I train really hard in my wigs and I secure the wig by number one, I like working out in shoulder length hair because I feel like that's the best. If I wear one of my longer wigs, then I'm constantly moving the hair out of my way. And I feel like it's just, I'm always worried about the hair. So when I work out at the gym, I'm picking a short wig. And then I'm also making sure that my combs are in. I sometimes wear a wig cap or a wig grip, and that really helps secure the wig as well. How many wigs do I really need? Well, realistically, you can always start off with 1 wig, but it's now, like, with me, I love it. It is my favorite hobby. My husband will be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll say, "You know what? I'm done working. I'm gonna go play with my wigs." It's so fun to have the opportunity to have different hair. If you have bio hair and you get your hair colored and you get extensions, when you're ready to change up your hair again, it's like, okay, I got to spend another $3,000, $4,000. Whereas if I want to change up my hair that often, I'm buying wigs that I can do that with, but I'm not spending over $150 on. So I started off with 1 wig and now I have a variety because I found a really good human hair quality wig that I love. So I have human hair. And then I also found someone that makes really good synthetic hair. And my choices are Chelsea Smith Crowns. She has amazing amazing synthetic hair, like variety. This is one of her wigs right now that I absolutely love. This is Bombshell Apricot. And so I feel like her wigs are amazing, good quality, different selections of length, density. She has all the colors. So I'm able to buy multiple wigs because it's not breaking the bank. And you'll find that out too. What's a good wig for beginners that's not too expensive but still looks cute? And I'm gonna have to say Chelsea Smith Crowns. If you go to her website, you will be able to find short wigs. I mean, really short, cute pixie like wigs, shoulder length wigs, and all of her wigs are under $130, I believe. So once again, you're not breaking the bank to buy a wig and they look so real. You can't tell. Is it totally normal to feel weird or insecure wearing a wig at first? Yes, it is. When I first started wearing wigs, I was like, are they staring at me? Do they know that this is a wig? Like, what are they thinking? Like, do they think I'm weird? Like, what are they thinking? But it was actually me the whole time. Now that I have been wearing wigs for over 2 years, no one has a clue. They don't even know it's a wig. When I tell them it's a wig, they're shocked. So, also, I always say that no one should be close enough to your forehead to see anything. Like, no one knows. And if they are that close to me, they better be giving me Botox. They better be doing my eyebrows. They better be doing something that's like related to my forehead. Okay. So, as you wear your wig more and more and more, you'll become more confident. And the thought of someone staring at you because they think you have a wig on is not even there. So, how do I tell people I'm wearing a wig or should I even have to? I don't even tell people I'm wearing a wig unless people come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, your hair's so beautiful." I'll say, "Thank you." And they'll say, "How did you just change your hair from blonde to dark and overnight?" Like if I did that, my hair would fall out. And then I make the decision to tell them if it's a wig or not. And I love telling them that actually it's a wig because I love to see their expression. And then when I do tell them it's a wig, it's actually eye opening for them because they're like, wow, you're wearing a wig and it looks real. And then they start asking me all these questions like, where do you get your wigs? Like, how many wigs do you have? Why do you wear wigs? And I'm like so interested because I've been going through hair loss and they start telling me, I've been thinking of wigs too. And so for a lot of people, I feel like it helps them because it's like, look, you're not alone. Like there are plenty of people out here wearing wigs, you just don't know it because they don't advertise. They shouldn't have to. But then at the same time, if you're talking to that person and they're curious and you give them that answer like it's a wig, you will be amazed at what you're going to find out about the other person. They've been looking into it. You know what? They want to wear wigs. They're going through their own journey. So I always tell people, can I wear a wig every day without damaging my scalp or natural hair? And the answer is yes. I wear wigs every single day, all day long. I travel in my wigs. If I could wear them to bed, I probably would, just so you know. Sometimes I even clip them up, like if I'm in the shower just rinsing off. But I definitely wear my hair all the time. I do give my scalp a break. I do take care of my scalp. So I believe that it's all about the preparation and how you wear the wig. So you want to be sure that the wig isn't so tight on the head if you still have bio hair. I'm just very like cautious. Like, I always make sure my wig is kind of loose. Now, if I'm going somewhere, like, we were just in Aruba, it's like 30-mile-per-hour winds there. So that's a little different. I'm putting the wig on a little bit tighter. So there's just certain things that you can do to prep your scalp for your wig wearing. And what are my ride or die tips for feeling confident in a wig? Honestly, I feel confident in all my wigs, and it's whatever wig suits me best. Like, I pick out my wig, like, what am I doing that day? Like, what outfits am I gonna wear? And so I just pick out a wig that makes me feel powerful, that makes me feel confident, that makes me feel beautiful. Like, this is who I am, and the wig just, like, helps me feel like my old self again. Except for this time, I can have whatever hair I want. So, that's really, when I love wigs because it gives you back the confidence that you might have lost when your hair started falling out or whatever journey you're going through where you're having hair loss. So, if you've been thinking about buying a wig, whether it's hair loss or some type of journey that you're going through, or maybe you just want to wear wigs for fun, this is the episode for you. And maybe I didn't answer a question today. Maybe you have other questions and I would love to answer them. And I feel like TikTok has been so helpful to me. TikTok was huge for this journey for me. So if you are new to wig wearing or you're going through an experience of your own and you're like, where do I start? I would go to TikTok. I ended up finding Chelsea Smith crowns on TikTok, Eniola hair I found on TikTok, and it was so easy for me to find them and then find people wearing their wigs, and then I would listen to them, and I got so many helpful tips. Like I had tips from people, I'm like watching their videos and they're telling you how to cut the lace. They're showing you how to style the crown, whether it's human hair or fake hair. And so I learned all these things that I'm sharing with you from other people. And so, yeah. So, anyways, if you ever thought about a wig, wearing a wig, buying a wig, this episode is for you. So, I'm here to tell you that it gave me all the confidence in the world. I love my wigs. So, if you have any questions, I'm here for you, girl. Let's get you looking like your old self again. Let's build your confidence and let's get you in a wig. Just wear the wig.